Hello there everyone and welcome back. I am now one match away for the Chapter Master to get his extended bombardment range in, or rather was it, the turbo weaponry for the extended macro batteries more precisely. And I think that is going to be the priority of this episode. I'm going to try my damnedest to get this strike cruiser in the battle and get it to survive at the very least. And if I'm feeling so bold afterwards, since I have a good surplus of renown right now, I should be able to field my Mark II battle barge without too much consequence, here's hoping. Although I still need to start building up for eventually the Master of the Forge, is that what it's called? Yeah, Master of the Forge. So, I still need to build it up for the battle barge, which is what I'm currently intending to do, is put it on this Mark II here, so that way I have two favors for my Vanguard fleet, or composition, and I have two favors for my strike cruiser and battle barge, or some variation of those two. So it's a nice, well-rounded group, I like to say. I just gotta put some playtime with this battle barge here, the Mark II, so that way I can capitalize on his strengths, rather figure out his strengths, and then take full advantage of it. Guys, it's gonna be hitting constantly, it's just not gonna be hitting very hard, except for technically the prow lances, cause I would argue these things are more potent than the torpedoes would be, at least in comparison to the Mark I battle barge, because these things are always going to hit, whereas the torpedoes can get shot down, they can miss completely, and all that good stuff. Not to mention these things have really damn good range as well. So I want to argue that they're at least better in that regard, but exchanging 3 lance turrets over the bombardment cannons is a big deal, so I don't quite have my firepower there aside from my macro batteries, which technically is the exact same damage as the Mark I battle barge. Just slightly less critical hit chance is pretty much what it is. And wow, I didn't even realize this thing already got 12,000 unit range. So the crit chance is the same then, right? 6%. I saw for some reason, wow, these macro batteries are actually higher crit chance. Oh, it's because of the Master Gunner, never mind. That's why it's higher. So I take that back, they're the exact same type of macro batteries. For some reason I thought the Mark I had shorter range, but it had higher critical hit chance, so I'm completely wrong in that regard. Still, a notable punch there, if anything were to get on my broadside, but I'm not going to really get a good, I'm not going to get a good execution with the ship until I actually play with it and actually know how I can use it. So, that's my plan now. Once I get my strike cruiser to level 6, I'm going to try to exclusively field this Mark II as much as I can with the Vanguards and try to find its role, find its niche. It's entirely possible. This Mark II may not even fit with any of these ships here, because after all, I talked about the Vanguards before, how they have so little actual firepower that they're not going to be helpful in taking down shields. They're good support ships, mind you, for harassing and just keeping ships away from my Mark II due to its excessive range that I currently have with the extended lances. But other than that, this thing is not even going to be able to do a whole lot for Mark II. Hell, I don't even have extended sensors on this thing just yet to even allow for these ships to spot for the Mark II, which is how bad I have it right now. It is a bit of a problem, so much so that I've been seriously considering taking out 1, maybe 2 of these Stormhawk squadrons and replacing them with beacons maybe. That might be a worthwhile idea, but it makes them a lot more fragile. Potentially. Hard to really say, since I don't think the Vanguards are ever going to get very close anymore, so I could get away with no fighters. Since they're going to be so far away, I can easily position them to just run from any bombers and just shoot them down normally. And interestingly enough, we got ourselves Eldar. This is amusing, because I was talking about how getting the strike cruiser level 6 is a priority, but I don't think it has the potential. Well, to be fair, with the Chapter Master I would have the armor resistance with brace for impact, I'm just not going to have very good accuracy or very good chance to hit, since my main weapon is going to be the bombardment cannon, which has like 15-second reload in a single shot. I argue that's not worth it. I'm seriously saying that's not a good idea, but 2 vanguards aren't good either. This is a bit of a problem, a very awkward matchup. I want to put a serious effort in though, I'm not gonna lie. I would love to put a serious effort in this and not just try and ruin it. So, we'll just do a much smaller scale of what I had in mind. With what I normally do with Eldar. Rely on raw firepower, and at the very least, these things can't, hopefully, one-shot my Gladiuses. He is going to have an excessive amount of points, though. So if he has enough bombers, he could potentially kill it. Or if I run into his torpedoes, but otherwise, I should be okay. I just am not going to be able to play it slow in any way at all. I'm not going to have time to wait for repairs to start kicking in and all that, so I need to be really damn efficient with what I do. So, what is my option here? Oh no, I don't want to rotate the camera, that was a mistake. I think I go over here, and I saw this 3-shot run, that's no surprise.
Underway.
So, and I see fighters, so it looks like we have Eldar, we have at least 1 Solaris, because I want to say that's 2 squadrons, 1 from the ability and 1 from the bomber, maybe?
Ready for battle.
It looks odd, needless to say. And one of them at least is an Aurora, which is the one who does not have the bombers, so
Moving to position.
it's probably a safe assumption that he has an Aurora and 2 Solarises then. Because otherwise there'd be a little bit of consistency if he's going to have bombers as far as the actual ability. Gladiuses can do work there, they just need to start hitting and I need to protect them. These things are so vulnerable. And I would like to lock on with them too if possible.
Halt advance.
We will see.
Standard speed.
Let me get my Gladiuses up forward too to hopefully spot.
The enemy.
Because as soon as I start spying them, I could do damage to them.
Reposition.
Okay, Aurora shooting. Stormhawks, you get back. Get back to what you're meant to do. And get ready to identify. Okay, did that jam all of them? Yeah, it jammed, so he's going to silent run, isn't he, in a moment? You would think he would.
Repositioning.
Can I board? I want to kill the deck. If I could kill the deck and force him not to silent run, that'd be a big deal, actually.
All servitors and tech marines begin repair.
Alright, so we did some damage to this thing. I don't care about the other ones just yet. And I got them revealed anyway.
Underway.
So harass to all hell, ideally. And he already made his intentions known, so he is coming after my Vanguard. I think is a safe thing to say. We'll abandon the bomber. We'll go after his Solaris or Aurora, because it can do the most direct burst damage, although I ran out of boosters, that was a mistake. Yeah, I ran out of boosters on 2 of them. So deck's gone, engine's gone, perfect. And keep on hand. The only thing it has going for it is boosters now, which hopefully these boring torpedoes will hit before it gets out of vision. Oh no, I'm perfectly safe. And it is getting murdered horribly. So, let's give this a Solaris something to worry about, shall we? Yeah, bombers are coming. Oh, seriously? Yeah, and sadly the brace for impact's gone, so not much I could do there, but we did some really noticeable damage. And he's wasting his Aurora on a target he's not even prioritizing. So I'm good with this. This is a nice easy target, especially Now it's isolated and has no engines. Now we just gotta kill it. Can I kill a deck or the generator? Actually, its sensors are already down, so once I'm in the gas cloud, I can hide this thing. So that's fine. That's best I could ask for, quite frankly. These two can go and fire on the Aurora and deal with it. Do I have mercy? He's already making it run. Just stay in the gas cloud. We're gonna reload with the Vanguard, get the repairs back up, because that's pretty important. Now, get the Aurora hammered. That's all I want, and lock on, kill the deck. Don't let him silent run if you can help it. And weapons destroyed, so I don't know what weapon that was just yet. Okay, I know what weapon it is now, but I got repairs underway. So fire, and murder this thing. And I'm about to have boring torpedoes come back up, so get as close as I can. Fire boring torpedoes for a nice 1-2 punch. And actually kill its engines now, because he already has his oars up. And keep an eye on my combustion gauge. And lock on. That would be pretty important here. The Solaris is coming after me, so I have Stormhawks at the ready. This is going to hurt a little, though. But so long as my my Gladiuses can kind of take some of the hits, I'm good. Yeah, you better run away. Stinking Eldar. Think you can overwhelm me with your raw point advantage? Oh well. Of course, as an added insult, he had to blow up on me. That is game, at least. It might have been a little bit harder if I hadn't got the engines of that Aurora, but pretty damn efficient. I managed to keep the Vanguard alive, although I would argue my brace for impact was completely useless, because I did that proactively, not proactive, but reactively to the bombers. And since the bombers already had like a minute cooldown, the brace for impact was easily already off by the time the next bomber wave came, so I seriously should have done a reload then. If I were to be perfectly critical of myself, that would have been more efficient. More bombers, or more torpedoes, more Thunderhawks. It would have been a lot better, and faster repairs. We can't neglect that either. Okay. Sadly, as much as I'd like to get this thing as match in, that did not happen. It was an interesting experience, to say the least. I was genuinely worried I would lose that. Maybe if he had 3 Auroras, that could have been a different story. Since I couldn't deflect his bombers. Well, I couldn't deflect the pulsars as easily as I could the bombers, quite frankly. Because I had Stormhawks to kind of deal with that. And bombers that did not have their crew trained. Let's point that out too. So, he only had a flat 30% chance for his ships to survive a hit. Since Eldar do have that bonus right away with their fighters. Now, what do we have? Data recovery, so not same guy. 700 points. Oh boy. It's been a while since I played against the max level, or Admiral level 8 Chaos. So, am I ready for this rematch? I want to say no. I don't think I'm ready for this. And I like to have my 2 Gladiuses available for the extra firepower, quite frankly. As tempting as the battle barge is, it's also a potential liability, maybe? Let's go with this. We'll go with the battle barge. It could use some experience. And we'll have the hunters as the replacement. A lot more fragile. I should definitely not use them to spot, because it's so easy for his lances to kill him when they do get spotted. Gladius says I'd be more comfortable using them as forward scouts. Hunters, not so much, and their boarding torpedoes could be really useful in this fight. Not feeling confident about this, if I were to be perfectly honest, but if I can get the intel I want and position myself properly... Oh yeah, it's data recovery too. Maybe the 4 strike cruisers was a good idea. Although killing the generators is a good start. I don't have to hound it that much, because I have so many boring torpedoes. If I save them up properly... How much do you want to bet he's improved his navigator though? Because he made the choice to give the beacon to a light cruiser, after all. So maybe 4 strike cruisers would have been better. To have that mobility and more ships. Nonetheless, we have boring torpedoes, so actually, let me play with this a little. I'm going to turn the positioning so that way the torpedoes are coming from different angles, ideally. Just a slight bit. So that way, no matter where he deploys, there's going to be torpedoes hitting him. Probably not very practical, but let's try it. And he's got a crap ton of frigates, holy crap. Well, you know what this is tempting me to do? I really did wish I had 4 strike cruisers now, though. Because this would be really nice for me. I gotta be careful. Let's not underestimate this too much. And I want just the battle barge to boost, so maybe that was a mistake. And at the very least, those torpedoes are bound to hit something, you would think. Alright, reload. He does have a... Let's see, torpedoes. Let's kill this generator. That's all we need to do, even though it's not going to be that much of a big deal.
Enemy in sight. Space Marines ready.
Now, let's just get a lot of renown out of this and complete the mission. Because apparently he only has 1 cruiser. As weird as that sounds.
Space Marines ready.
He only actually has 1 cruiser, so he's trying to avoid me completely. So everything lock on, we're going to try and kill these frigates as we fly by. Although boring torpedoes are being launched. That was a bit of an oversight. Okay, he does have 2 cruisers, and there's the Lances. Well, not the Lances, but the bombing the bombardment I was worried about.
Tactical maneuver engaged.
So he is running away from me. That's no surprise.
I am listening. Redirecting.
So he's doing a lot of heat here. Let's just ram it to death. Because this strike cruiser is not going to do much. Kill everything and have the Stormhawks deal with this. And keep on moving, damn it. I need you to keep on moving. And when the generators die, it's going to help a bit.
Repositioning.
But as it stands now, I have no way to catch them.
Space Marines ready.
And of course, this is the Chapter Master too, so I'm not even going to get this thing repaired, am I?
Space Marines ready.
That's a bit of a problem with splitting my priorities a little bit.
Underway.
If I didn't boost with the strike cruisers, this would not be an issue.
We are needed.
Yeah, that's a shame. I'm not going to get the level in either.
Underway.
I regret the not having the 4 strike cruisers, because I could have easily just rushed that down, be a little more spread out,
Positioning.
rather than having to rely on being grouped up. And I didn't even consider it was a data recovery either, so that's also a bit of a problem.
Standard speed engaged. Ready for
Well, a bit of a shameful loss, a little bit of renown for a couple of those kills. And it was a weird one. Imagine how easily he would have died if I had gotten close to him there, spraying a little bit more. He would not have had a chance. Hell, Vanguards would have been a tempting idea too. Just counter his mobility advantage. And they would actually have been really damn good against those frigates too. able to keep their distance, have lots of boarding options for killing the frigates too, rather than having to just straight up shoot them down. There was a lot of pluses there to Vanguards. Although I have no way to really know he's gonna do that, so just a weird match to throw it away. Now, if of all the ships though that had to die, it had to be the Chapter Master, so I couldn't even warp it out because of the timer, so that's a shame. I should have prioritized either the cruisers, which was a fleeting dream, unless I angled myself better, or going after the frigates. Really, probably should have gone after the frigates, it was more realistic. Unless I knew he was going to try and just fly past me. Again, I did not prepare myself, especially mentally, for that kind of setup for data recovery. I was thinking more of a cruiser clash, like right now. So now we could try and take this seriously. Maybe. I was okay with the battle barge boosting, but I made the strike cruisers boost as well. That was a bit of a mistake as well. Getting them revealed unnecessarily. Well, let's try not to make that mistake again there. Because getting detected prematurely there is not helpful due to the range. At least with the frigates, he only has, what, 6,000 range with the lances? So he's only gotten 9,000 at most with the extended range on him. With the extended range upgrade, rather. Now I would like to see my options here. I want to deploy my fleet. Damn it, stop lagging on me. Kelloranor? Kelloranor? I don't know how you pronounce that. I'm gonna stop trying. We're gonna make this a serious match. Okay, finally we're at it. So, do I go with my gut feeling and do the 4 strike cruisers? I like the idea better. It bit me in the ass a little bit with the not taking them last match, so let's just do it there. I like the strike cruisers better anyway. I don't like being restricted by the mobility some. And it allows 2 Gladiuses there to provide some constant additional firepower. Quite notable firepower at that. They just need to avoid getting shot down so quickly. And this is a cruiser clash I am looking at this time, so I know what I'm in for. I am prepared for this occasion. Now, hopefully he's not lagging out there, because that was a bit of a wait before it finally registered for me. We will know soon, though. But yeah, the idea is to keep my strike cruisers together, probably spread them out first, so that way they can avoid getting detected by the beacons. At least multiples getting detected by the beacons, and then group them up and use brace for impact on like 1 or 2 to kind of soak the damage. While hopefully my other ones can lock on and continue to hit at range until I get the all clear that I can get aggressive. Because armor piercing ammunition is a bit of a problem. It has been screwing me over quite a bit whenever I get in there aggressively. So I'm going to have to make the assumption that all the ships that can use armor piercing ammunition has them. So let's see what we can do. And there's nothing but empty space here, so he's limited on where he can go. And actually I have them spread out a little bit too much, because now I can't group everyone up. Oh well. I'm going to move them individually anyway, then I'll worry about that after. Getting them in a proper group. Since they're so spread anyway, I don't want to ruin that by having them in a single group and accidentally moving them in a closer formation. Probably not spread as they could be, but it'll help. It will help. So, I'm not seeing anything deployed yet. So for all I know, he's trying to see what I'm fielding, since he can get a count on the number of ships I have. We'll see. Because right now we're still seeing 0. So that means nothing. It would be nice if he didn't deploy any ships at all. Or maybe did the timer run down? I wasn't watching for a deployment there. If the timer run down, this is going to be silly. I wasn't paying attention. Maybe the timer did run down for a deployment. It just picked random ships for him. Am I seriously going to fight an AFK opponent? It's happening again, isn't it? The disappointing series of matches. Although at least the last one was my own doing, so it does not count. I could have done that differently. Hell, if I had just done a sharp 90-degree turn to the left, I could have easily cut his Hellbringers off. And then he would have to fight through me or go around a long way while taking damage. That probably would have been a good idea. And again, I forgot. Well, this looks like an AFK fleet if you ask me, so this is going to be disappointing. Do I cut out the video now or shall we play through? Well, we'll play through, I guess, and we'll decide where to cut it out afterwards. Well, everything's moving, but you know, he could easily just have him set to auto-engage. I could be getting trolled here completely. More than likely. And I think that proves my point. The fact that he just blew up a ship to a mine. I think that proves my point. So we'll group up. So that way we don't get overwhelmed by the frigates individually. Kind of like what happened last time. And get ready to commit. I wonder if the auto-engage would use abilities. Well, actually, if it's set to auto-cast, it would, yeah. So, this auto, whatever you call this, autonomous, it's not really a computer, it's not really a bot, so this automated fleet is still a threat. Because it could still shoot torpedoes and all that, but I don't expect much out of this. Not in the slightest. So let's just fire and kill stuff. And they're not even ones with lances, just to emphasize it. So my armor is going to be murdering these things well. And let's see, we got a level 2 Stig, so clearly this has been a purely automated fleet. The one plus side though is that this thing at least will give me a lot of renown. I think I already mentioned that though. It's going to give me my level. It's going to give me the level for my chapter master so long as it doesn't die like it is right now. So start hitting because you have the lock-on bonus. I want these frigates to start dying, so get to it. And they will be thinned out relatively quickly. All the while we go after the Stigs. Just board and kill every frigate I can. And a little bit of torpedo for good measure. Oh, I already bored, so never mind you. And also we got mutiny penalty, which I was about to do, but nope, 60% chance and it failed that time. It was bound to eventually. It was bound to eventually, let's be honest. Well, he is boosting with that thing, so and he is warping out with it, so clearly he is real. This is a real person of some kind. I'll let his Stig live. As dumb as it is, or as dumb of a match as it was, I'll let it live. Because don't quite understand his reasoning there. Maybe he's had everything else broken. Maybe everything else was dead. The level 2 Stig might suggest that some. But what's left? Nope, that's all of it. Nothing to see here, folks. Just a massive disappointment of a match. It made for good renown farming though, but hell, I could have gotten my renown farming in for the last match. So, I wasn't too worried. It's just the fact that I hadn't considered the mission type. Is probably what screwed me over. And like I said before, just a 90-degree turn to the left there, and intercepting those Hellbringers would have made a world of a difference, rather than flying straight at him, for crying out loud. Because I didn't know if he was going to juke right or left there. That was probably the reason. So if I gone left, he would boost to the along the border and pass me that way. That's maybe my fear to justify it at that time. So, let's max out Dante actually. I was thinking of maxing out the Servitor, but Dante will probably be more practical. And finally, after failing miserably last match, we got the extended turbo weaponry. So we are looking really damn good. My brute force fleet has all their extended range and pretty much their essentials, besides maybe the belt armor on my battle barge. And we have 600 renown for the Mark II. So I can start repairing that when the ships start getting destroyed. So I sadly didn't get to field this episode, but maybe I can experiment with it next time.